Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge The Council. Wir müssen... Inventar voll, okay. Wir müssen ja gerade immer noch... diesen Ort finden, den unsere Mutter da auf dieser Seite beschrieben hat, die ich leider vernichtet habe.
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
Aber naja, ich bin optimistisch, dass wir das finden. Liste mit okkulten Erzsymbol. Aha. Okay.
Amber crystals.
So. Ich gehe nochmal auf die andere Seite des Raums. Ach, guck mal, hier ist ja noch dieser Typ. Ich habe ein Pling gehört. Was? Ah, da. Aha. Hey, Mann.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, but continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Tja, fallen wir direkt mit der Tür ins Haus oder? Na komm, wir nehmen mal das.
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Ich habe übrigens ein bisschen an den Grafikeinstellungen rumgeschraubt, in der Hoffnung, dass die FPS-Drops damit weggehen. Aber wie ihr gerade merkt, ohne wirklich großen Erfolg. Ich wundere mich selber ein bisschen, weil meine FPS tatsächlich stetig bei 60 sind. Und ja, ich weiß auch nicht so richtig. Ich will mir nicht das blöde Bild angucken. Oh, was ist das? Ein Buch.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world.
Ohoho. Na gut, ich denke, dann werden wir einfach mal die Galerie aufsuchen. Kann ich eigentlich... Stell 2 Konzentrationspunkte wieder her. So. Na, dann gucken wir mal.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it. Honey, the remedy of the gods.
La la la. Oh, kann man hier.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Eine Sammlermünze. Okay. Ah. Sieht gut aus.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Finde den Ort, den deine Mutter beschrieben hat. Finde die Medusa. Alter Schwede, ist das laut. Ich muss ganz kurz mal den Ton ein bisschen leiser machen.
Liberty or Death by Renyo. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical.
Okay, wir können nicht raus. Nein, wir sind hier eingesperrt. Wir können nicht hinaus. Oh, was ist das? Aha, das ist einmal hinsetzen, bitte. Das ist eine Münze.
A ruble.
Aha. Ich dachte, er lässt jetzt seinen Blick einmal schweifen, aber nein, er setzt sich tatsächlich nur hin. Oh, was ist das? Können wir hier rausgehen? Nee. Bei der zweiten Tür hatte ich nicht gewartet, bis es...
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Bei dem zweiten hatte ich nicht gewartet, bis wir soweit sind. Okay. Das scheint voll zu sein.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. The Fall of Phaeton. Another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning by his father Apollo for borrowing his chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot.
Mann, liegen hier viele Münzen, ey. Okay. What the... Ach, hier. Oh Gott, die guckt aber traurig.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Was sollen wir die jetzt drehen, dass sie die angucken? Guck mal hier noch nach einer Münze. Was können wir denn jetzt hier machen? Okay. Wahrscheinlich können wir hier das Gleiche machen.
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Oh. Okay. Also müssen wir...
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Also müssen wir den mit Schwert so drehen, dass er zu Medusa guckt. Den müssen wir wegdrehen. Und ich denke, wir lassen den einfach auf den mit dem Schwert gucken. So. Okay, das war es anscheinend nie.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa. Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. Pretty smart, but it also means I have to make sure I get the shield position just right.
Okay. Na, das scheint, also das müsste von der Reflexion her eigentlich klappen. Ah.
Whoa.
Okay. Krass.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Ich beantworte mit einer Frage.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here. Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Since you insist, Duchess, gallantry obliges this. Ladies first.
You just won't give in, will you?
I'm sorry, madam. It isn't in my nature.
Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, Your dreams. At your service, madam.
Durchsuche den geheimen Raum. Ich glaube, ich sollte die Punkte nicht so
The
rausballern,
heavenly
aber
symbols
naja.
refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Wir öffnen den Krug.
Emily, what if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change. All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Die ist mir unsympathisch.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
Ist hier noch irgendwas, das wir machen können? Ich weiß halt gar nicht so richtig, wonach wir suchen.
Mortimer is the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
Ein
Guess what I
Lorbeerkranz.
found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. I can just see Mortimer dressed in a toga, wearing a laurel wreath, strutting around his manor all day long.
You have a curious idea of Mortimer.
Why? He's eccentric, like all the English are, isn't he?
Well, if Peru stands for French grace, then if I were you, I wouldn't be making that sort of remark.
Well, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Okay, komm, wir ballern den letzten Punkt raus.
This weapon is typically French, quite old, undoubtedly goes back to the Crusades. If it is a true damask sword, it's worth more than a kingdom.
It really does look like Joan of Arc's sword.
The famous Maid of Orleans. One of your favorite historical heroines.
You bet, given the number of English butts she kicked.
And we all know where that got her. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Du stehst schon seit Stunden an dem gleichen Platz rum. Hör auf, mich zu dissen.
Amber.
Nein, ich wollte da
Here's
hinten hin.
something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention.
How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Vielleicht ist Mortimer
Several
unsterblich.
people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?